Cade Klubnik, was he overrated coming out of high school? Maybe he inherited a not-so-good situation at Clemson. Or maybe he's just a bust. Welcome to Clemson Football Live. I am Brian. If you like talking to Clemson football, if you like arguing about Clemson football, or just talking about college football in general, I hope you'll subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. So the 2023 season gave us a few real nuggets. One of those was near heart attack, screaming at the TV, wondering what was going on. I could keep going, but I won't give you that PTSD. It also created, certain factions within the Clemson community. And all you had to do was bring up certain topics, and you could divide a room of Clemson fans. Trust me, I should know because I brought up some of those topics. I lost some viewers over it. But Cade Klubnik became one of those topics. As the season materialized, there was rumblings in the Clemson community. One of them was he was overrated coming out of high school. The other one was, we really can't say that, but maybe he just inherited a bad situation at Clemson. And then there's other people who were like, he's just a bust, okay? This has happened so many times. Really good high school player, comes into the big boy game, they're not so good anymore. So I want to dissect these arguments, these schools of thought. First, I want to talk about Cade Klubnik coming out of high school. Now, he played at 6A Texas high school football powerhouse Westlake. They're based in Austin, Texas. This school produced Drew Brees and other semi-well-known football players. Now, this is not any old football league. This is one of the toughest leagues in all of high school football. So if Cade was a lackey,
I know you are, but what am I?
He would have been easily exposed.
Anti-flashing task force.
Now, as a sophomore, he started a few games, but he was not the full-time starter. They won a state championship then. His next 2 years, he was a starter. They won 2 state championships. As a starter, how many times have I said the word starter? He never lost a game. So when Cade Klubnik finished his high school career, he had 3 state championships to his name. Never lost.
I'm kind of a big deal.
As a senior, he was named, the All-American Bowl Player of the Year, Max Preps Player of the Year, and was the Gatorade Football Player of the Year for the entire state of Texas. I don't know if you've heard, football's kind of big down there.
Now, most of you have been playing this game for 10 years.
So if he fooled a bunch of people into overrating him, that in itself is quite impressive.
Throw a football over the mountains.
So here's one definitive answer. I don't believe the guy was overrated whatsoever. The accolades, speak for themselves. Here's the next school of thought on Cade. He inherited a bad situation. Now, I could talk about this for a good 45 minutes, but don't worry, I'm not going to do it.
Thank you!
I will do a quick review. Now, when Cade came in, it was on the heels of a lackluster 2021 season for DJ. Everybody was upset with DJ. We're all upset. We're wondering what's going on. And then we have Cade coming in. Well, we know what happened in 2022. Cade had to come in to win the Syracuse game. We were down 21-7 in the Valley. Well, they benched him after that. We've done that before to a guy named Deshaun Watson. Not comparing him to Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying we've done that before. Put him in against Notre Dame when Notre Dame was absolutely shellacking us. Put him in with his back to the end zone. He threw an interception. Of course, Clemson fans really went off on him. And then we had to infamously bring him into the ACC championship game to beat North Carolina. Now, just remember that in his very first season, he only threw 100 passes. He threw 55 of them against the University of Tennessee in the Orange Bowl loss. A lot of Clemson fans blamed him for that loss. So let's talk 2023. He had his moment against Miami where he pulled the ball and he got tackled. We lost. That one questionable pass against Florida State, him forcing passes into double and triple coverage, I get it. But let me advocate for this young man for just a second. Now, he's been there for 2 years. He's played for 2 offensive coordinators. He has an offensive line that you're shocked when they block for him. Wide receivers drop passes when they were wide open. The ball would hit them in the numbers. So I'm not going to say that Cade didn't go out there and force passes and you're like, why were you trying to do that? But you also have to consider all that other mess. Remember, the offensive line coach was fired. We have Matt Luke now. He has his work cut out for him. And then the last argument about Cade. He's just a bust. We've seen this before. Same song. We know the words. We're humming along. He's just not a college football player. I'm going to tell you what I think is going on. I think that he's trying too hard to win. He's always won. He hates to see things falling apart around him. And he's going out there trying to throw the team on his back. But while he's doing that, he's making poor decisions. And this is one of the worst things that could happen to his career. He's starting to pick up bad habits, like forcing the ball in between defenders. We've saw that a lot this season. People were screaming at him, calling him names and calling him overrated. Well, folks, he's trying too hard. At the same time, if he was to throw the ball away or pull it and just run, people would be screaming at him again. I will offer you a sobering thought. The quarterback room at Clemson is not stellar. You know, at one time, Clemson's quarterback room had Chase Bryce, Kelly Bryant, and Trevor Lawrence. And if you go to most big programs right now in the United States, a lot of them has 2 or 3 really good guys who could start anywhere. And a lot of them are ready to start right now. Well, Clemson used to be that way. And I know I'm about to catch some backlash for saying this, but Clemson's not there anymore. Our quarterback room is filled with preferred walk-ons. And Christopher Vizina, I'm not knocking the guy, but he's not developing as quickly as they want. That doesn't mean that he won't develop, but not as quickly as they need him to. So I want to give you this warning. You better pray for Cade Klubnik's health, because if he goes down...
Hello, I'm Chad Powers. Hey, Chad Powers.
He might be leading the team against Georgia. You can imagine how that will go. Well, folks, thank you for joining me for this video. I hope that you will subscribe. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right. I look forward to hearing from you. And as always, go Tigers.